All right, so some news of the day. It's still early in the day, so hopefully no more goalies get hurt. It's crazy. So let's get into this, starting with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And of course, we don't have much of an update on Andersen other than Freddie won't play tomorrow. Hutchinson's going to be the starter, and Kaskasuo will be the backup. So we'll see how that works out for Toronto. It's a neck injury for Andersen's what they're saying, which is odd because just the way that hit took place last night. I didn't think that was what we were going to see. I thought maybe knee or groin or something, but so we'll see. They're saying it's day to day, which is as vague as you get. So we'll see whether or not Toronto can figure this out. It is alarming, and it does, I think, at least get Kyle Dubas to pick up the phone and see what's out there. We've had the debate about Michael Hutchinson for a while. Well, now we may be looking at a debate about whether or not anybody can fill in for Freddie Andersen. And the answer is no. The answer in Toronto is no. They don't have a backup that can fill in for him temporarily. And that's a massive issue. So for a team that's currently sitting below the playoff line, that's definitely a problem. Good news for Jets fans. The whole Byfuglien saga appears to be headed for an ending. I didn't do a video on it yesterday because I thought from the way that it was being talked about by Elliot Friedman that this would already be cleared up today. It's not, but it's on its way. There are multiple sources saying that it's going to happen. They're going to work on a contract termination. Think along the same lines as what happened with Ilya Kovalchuk with the Kings, where they just put him on unconditional waivers and get rid of his contract. Now here's where that gets interesting. What that does is it gives the Jets a ton of cap space just in time for the deadline. And they will be one of very few teams in the league with a ton of cap space. And they will be able to add pretty much wherever they want. So concerns about rentals. If you're a Jets fan, you're like, please don't let them rent another center at the deadline. Sorry, they may very well be able to rent another center at the deadline. And they may be able to rent a center and a defenseman. Defense has clearly been an issue, and they may even look for an upgrade in net. If they get access to that $7.6 million in cap money that's just been sitting there all year, that is a huge addition for the Winnipeg Jets, and that may very well help them add something that buoys them into the playoffs. And if these guys come into the playoffs as an underdog, maybe that'll be better for the Jets. Remember, last year, they didn't win a single game at home. I think what really hurt them was being a team that people expected to win. And I think as an underdog, I think they're better off. So we'll see how that works out for them if they manage to get in this year. Montreal, it's a flu for Carey Price. It's keeping him out of the game tonight. Primo's been recalled. I would think Primo starts the game. We'll see if they go with Primo or Lindgren. I think Primo's the better goaltender of the two. That being said, hopefully for Carey Price, the flu doesn't last very long. Because for Montreal, every single point is key. When you're 9 points out of the playoffs, yeah, losing Carey Price for any period of time is unacceptable, so this fluid better not stick around for very long. News coming out of Washington today. If you're a Caps fan, you may not like this. Ovechkin's shot caught Samsonov in the chin. Samsonov, I should say, in the chin during practice. So Ovi probably feels terrible about this, apparently sending him for testing. He may be ready to be the backup tonight for Holtby, but they may very well be calling up Vanacek before the next game because Samsonov may not be in any position to play. When you see somebody get hit in the chin with a puck, you're thinking, all right, I hope that's a cut. I hope it's not something that could have been concussive in its delivery. So that's why I said at the start of this video, let's hope no more goalies get hurt. Like, hopefully not during this video we don't hear like there was some kind of a goalie incident where 5 more goalies got hurt, because it's getting kind of ridiculous here. Samsonov has been the better goaltender, and if he were to miss any significant amount of time, I think that impacts Washington's ability to hold on to first in the division. Pittsburgh's charging. The last item I wanted to talk about, it's a nice short news video today, is Tyler Seguin stuck on no goals in his last 13 games. And it is noteworthy. It is a noteworthy slump for him, and this is the kind of drought we've been seeing from him. He does have 44 shots during those games, but none of them finding the back of the net. He is still on 11 for the season. He's not going to hit 20. And when we talk about contracts that may be regretted down the road, who knows? Maybe Seguin, who signed for what was seen as a great deal at the time, maybe a couple of years from now we're talking about how Seguin's lost his hands, and clearly that contract was a bad one. It's the funny thing. Really cheap contracts can end up looking bad 2 or 3 years down the road. And contracts that at the time that they're signed, we say, what are they thinking? 2 or 3 years down the road, we're praising them for how smart they were and how forward thinking they were. So there you go. You guys are caught up on the news so far for the day. I get the feeling with 13 games tonight, a lot's going to take place. And we are less than 3 weeks out from the trade deadline. Watch for Winnipeg. With that money, they may very well kick the actual trade deadline into gear. I get the feeling that Kevin Cheveldayoff has been waiting to improve this roster. This gives him an opportunity to do exactly that. Let me know what you guys think, as always, in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. It is greatly appreciated. I will talk to you again soon.